Okay, folks, today we are going to make some taco chili. Just take a look at these ingredients. Super simple, a bunch of things from a can, some cilantro, the meat, and a package of taco seasoning. Some days you feel like cooking something from scratch that's extremely complicated. This is not one of those days. Right here, you're witnessing the most complicated part of this dish. We're going to chop up a whole bunch of cilantro and saving some for a garnish. So then go ahead and throw your pound of ground beef in your pressure cooker or crock pot. I'm using my Instapot, which in addition to being primarily a pressure cooker, you can also use it as a crock pot, a rice cooker to saute, and a bunch of other stuff. So go ahead and brown your hamburger meat here, nothing complicated. Then we're going to throw in one package of taco seasoning. Yep, we should be making our own, but did I mention that some days you just don't feel like cooking anything complicated? So give that a good stir so it mixes in. Next, we're going to throw in not one, but 2 cans of Rotel tomatoes. These has got tomatoes and chilies mixed in. It adds a ton of flavor. Then some just Southwest roasted corn, whatever looks good and sounds Southwesty. We'll do a can of kidney beans. Those have been drained. And then another can of crushed tomatoes, whatever looks good on the shelf for you. And then last, well, actually last, but almost last, all of that cilantro, and then give that a good stir. Your cilantro is going to wilt a little bit, so don't worry about it if it clumps up a bit. And last but not least, we're going to throw in 1 can of enchilada sauce. That just adds a lot of liquid for all of this to cook in, and just a ton of flavor. That's it. Put your lid on, and if you've not used a Instapot, I highly recommend getting one. The price is about half of what they used to be. I had this on saute for the browning of the ground beef. Now I've switched it to a low, slow cooker, and we're going to set this for 2 hours. And just set the timer and walk away. It will start cooking and start timing down. Close to when the 2 hours is up, let's go ahead and grate some cheese. I prefer the Cabot cheddar straight off the block. Much more flavorful than any of the pre-shredded stuff, and the pre-shredded stuff has non-caking agents, which I think takes away from the flavor, and they're certainly not as fresh as what you can when you just fresh grate. It's worth the time. And now we serve, folks. Just 2 hours later, we scoop it up, throw some cheese on it, some of that leftover cilantro that we use, save for a garnish, and eat. I can't tell you how easy of a dish this was to make. Again, if you want something complicated, this is not it. If you want something very, very simple to cook for dinner, this might work for you.